Hey guys, today I am going to showcase my second minis collection. Hope you guys enjoy. Just from my first minis collection. Anyway, here are the main ones I'm using. So here's Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Emily, Diesel, Bill, Ben, Boko, Daisy, Mavis, Salty, Iron Airy, Iron Bert, Lady, Diesel 10, Splatter, Spencer, Arthur, Neville, Rosie, With, Stanley, Hero, Charlie, Bash, Dash, Ferdinand, Bell, Flynn. On to the next row, Scruff, Paxton, Sydney, Stephen, Order, Gator, Samson, Ryan, Flying Scotsman, D199, Axel, Vinny, Mallard, Alfred, Wilbert, 16, City of Truro, Albert, Preston, Alice, Eagle, Charles, Chad, Barry the Rescue Engine, Ginty, and Pug. Side note that these guys were not the real minis that were made though, but these guys, not the real ones they made, but these are actually the customs I made. And the repaints were from either the spares or the ones I do not care about. Moving on to the narrow gauge engines. Here we have Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Duncan, Victor, Luke, and Millie. Side note, I do not have Rusty because I don't have a spare diesel lying around, and I won't make a custom Rusty. That'll be eventually. Here's one of the road vehicles, and it's Birdie. It's disappointing that I don't have the other road vehicles besides Birdie in minis. On to the next row, here we have Annie, Clarabelle, Troublesome Truck, Fly Troublesome Truck, Monster Troublesome Truck, Gold Truck, Fossil Truck, and Shark Band. Moving on here, we have some extra minis. Here are the classics, Old Style Henry, an extra classics Gordon, an extra classics Gordon with an angry expression, an extra classics Percy with GWR, indicating that Percy was from the GWR Railway, but that won't indicate that. A spare classics Iron Bert, which looks like the season 5 Bert. A spare classics Salty, a bit darker. The later one I'm using is a bit lighter. An extra classic Spencer, which is wartime black Spencer. An extra classics Hero with a front coupling missing. An extra Charlie, who's a bit darker. While the later one I am actually using is a bit lighter. Or wait, no, that one's a bit lighter, and the other one I'm using is a bit darker. This one's an extra classic Skater with a back coupling, because it's been installed weird, because it was originally going to be for a brake van. This one's a extra classic Skarloey, who is a bit damaged after the survival challenge. Here's an old style classics Luke, and here's a old style classics Millie, and with the face on the back, because originally this was going to be for Coldy, but I never got around to making Coldy, because this would be the only Millie I would have. So now let's move on. Here we have the old school ones. Here's old school Salty and old school Spencer. Here we have the Chillin' minis. Here's Chillin' Edward, the Chillin' Gordon, who is the custom Shed 17 Gordon, Chillin' Skarloey, and Chillin' Sydney, based on the season 17 episode, The Missing Christmas Decorations. Moving on to the dinos, it's so disappointing that I already had the James and Percy in there, but I lost James though and repainted Percy in favor for Pug. Anyway, let's go on to Dino Steven and Dino Gator. And here are the Robo engines, Robo Edward and Robo Toby. Robo Henry was repainted for Alfred. So then here are the spooky minis. So this one's the Werewolf Edward, Mummy costume Percy, Ghost costume Emily based on the season 8 episode Halloween. And here is a Pirate Salty. And on the bottom of this one, I knew it fell over before I made this video. This one was a damaged Salty from the Survival Challenge. Moving on, here we have Frankenstein Diesel 10. On to the racing series, I only have one because I repainted Axel with a spare Racing Spencer, so here's Racing Spencer anyway. Here are the neons though. This one's Splatoon James. I called this Splatoon James because Splatoon was out at that time, and yeah, I got this mini. And here's the Neon Bash. And here are the graffiti engines. So this one's a bit like Graffiti Gordon, Graffiti Paxton, Graffiti Victor, and Graffiti Luke. Side note, I had 2 Graffiti Victors, and I'm going to use one for the series. Depends. Here are the sports engines Porter. I had 2 of those, so I'm definitely going to use one. So onto the fly engines. Here we have Beetle Hero and Praying Mantis Porter. Onto the sweets engines. Here's Fruit Chews Thomas, Blow Pop James, Tootsie Roll Percy, Sugar Babies Bill, Fruit Charlie, Peppermint Scarloey, and Tootsie Roll Pop Luke. And here are the core moments. The core moments are my favorite ones right here. So yeah, here's the Thomas Comes to Breakfast, a custom core moments paint splatter Thomas, Busy Bee James, another Busy Bee James with angry face, another Busy Bee James with sad face, Percy's Chocolate Crunch, and a custom core moments Percy, James, and Fruitful Day. And here are the DC minis. These were out and these were extremely popular yet. Anyway, here's Thomas's Batman, Thomas's Superman, Edward as Black Adam, Percy as Robin, Iron Area as Shazam, Diesel 10 as Joker, 2 Rosie as Superwoman. Don't remember what she was called. Anyways, 2 Flynn as Firestorms, Paxton as Lex Luthor, and Sydney as Mr. Penguin, and then Millie as Catwoman. Millie is Catwoman, whose smoke box is missing and was used for the old engine. Anyways, here are the animal engines. Here we have 2 Tiger Percys and this is one damaged though, because this one from the Survival Challenge. Anyway, here's Cheetah Hero, Tiger Dash, Beast Samson, and Peacock Millie. Anyway, here are the space engines. Here's the Alien Iron Bert, Spaceship Spencer, and Alien Paxton. Here are the electric minis, no pun intended. So here's Electric Henry, Electric Spencer, and 2 electric heroes. Anyway, here are the nighttime minis. Here's 2 nighttime Emilys. That one I'm using for Fergus. 2 nighttime Dashes. And nighttime Victor. Here are the monster engines, Swamp Henry and Blob Percy. And here are the fish engines. Here's Starfish Thomas, Octopus Percy, 2 Clownfish Bens, ironically using Bill for one of the those, and Ben. I should probably put names on the top though, since that will be a bit confusing overall. So here's Jellyfish Iron Bert and Orca Gator. Moving on to the construction engines, here we have the Construction Toby, who's a bit damaged after the survival challenge, and Construction Diesel 10. Here are the Steelworks engines, Steelworks James, and Steelworks Percy. Here's one unaffiliated with the series though, and that's the Percy. Anyway, here are the Micro Rubber engines. So Micro Rubber Thomas, Micro Rubber Edward, Micro Rubber Henry, Micro Rubber Gordon, Micro Rubber James, Micro Rubber Percy, Micro Rubber Emily, an extra Micro Rubber Mavis, of course I'm using the main one for the mini series, Micro Rubber Spencer, Micro Rubber Mallard, and Micro Rubber Eagle. Hope you guys enjoyed my second minis collection, with the recent addition being the Steelworks Percy that I found in a junk store. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.